say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets echoed, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sweet was that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Please relax, everybody. And so I heard the voice of the Lord saying, "Whom shall I send, and who will go for us?" Then said I, "Here am I, send me." This from Isaiah chapter 6, in verse 8, no more fitting a passage of Scripture than for today. And you've answered the call, gentlemen. Colonel Pendley, thank you for leading from the front with integrity and purpose. It's been an honor, sir. May God continue to guide your footsteps as you enter into this new chapter in your life. Colonel Mix, may you be blessed with success as you lead the mighty 305th Maintenance Group to success in this next chapter of its storied history. Welcome aboard, sir. Pray with me. Almighty Father, we thank you for this opportunity to witness this ceremony today as Colonel Brian Mix picks up the command mantle from Colonel Scott Pendley and takes the reins of the mighty 305th Maintenance Group. We ask you to guide him on this path that you have him on, to serve with integrity those that you've entrusted him to lead. Guide him, Lord, as he continues in a rich legacy of service to this great United States, this maintenance group passed on by generations of colonels before him. I pray that he honors you, his family, this nation, and the airmen that he will lead by his service. Provide him with tenacity in the face of challenges and relentless fortitude to continue to lead with excellence. Bless him, O Lord, with success, and may you be glorified in the outcome. We welcome Colonel Mix's wife and children, his mom and sister watching from afar, and also his father, who's joined us today. Be with all of these in this next chapter of their lives. I lift up Colonel Pendley as he relinquishes command, and thank you for implanting in him the heart of a warrior, and for his sound leadership, stalwart dedication to this maintenance group and the maintainers therein. He has set the high bar for continued success in the face of the many challenges the airmen in this hangar will face in the months and years to come. We thank you for his wife, Casey, for her undying support of Colonel Pendley and of the 1,700 airmen placed in his charge, and their daughter, Grace, who's been with him every step of the way. Both unsung heroes who, too, have served with honor. Give this family peace and a continued heart of service as they enter into a new chapter in their lives. And now, Father, I humbly ask your hand on these great can-do, freedom, and tiger wings and this United States Air Force. May you bless the mighty warriors in this hangar. May you bless this great United States of America. Your will be done, O Lord, and your kingdom come. It is in your mighty name we pray. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Thank you, Senior Airman Guillermo Diaz and Chief Hofrichter. At this time, please join me in recognizing our official party. The presiding official for today's ceremony and the commander, 305th Air Mobility Wing, Colonel Elizabeth A.D. Hanson. The outgoing commander, Colonel Scotty Pendley, his spouse Casey, and their daughter Grace. The incoming commander, Colonel Brian Mix, accompanied by his father, United States Army retired Lieutenant Colonel David Mix, and joining us virtually today is his spouse Joanne, mother Patricia, sister Tracy, and daughters Sarah and Megan. Please join me in recognizing our distinguished visitors and honored guests attending. Please hold all applause until all have been introduced. Colonel Pendley's sister, Maxine Stockton, his niece, Tracy Norwood, his niece, Shayla Powell, and her husband, Spencer, his father-in-law, Jim Mitchell, his brother-in-law, Mickey Mitchell, his sister-in-law, Tisa Mitchell, and his nephew, Caleb Mitchell. Also, please welcome Colonel Pendley's close friends. The commander, Warner Robins Air Logistics Complex, Robins Air Force Base, Georgia, Brigadier General John Eberlin and his spouse Sherry. The commander, Defense Logistics Agency Aviation and Defense Supply Center, Richmond, Virginia, Brigadier General Chad Ellsworth and his spouse Nicole. United States Air Force retired Captain Kip Bradley and his spouse Abby. The Deputy Commander, 305th Air Mobility Wing, Colonel William Soto. The Command Chief, 305th Air Mobility Wing, Chief Master Sergeant Jeremy Swistek. The Deputy Commander, United States Air Force Expeditionary Center, Colonel Scott Wiederholt and his spouse Pam. The Commander, 514th Air Mobility Wing, Colonel Christopher Holland. The Command Chief, 514th Air Mobility Wing, Chief Master Sergeant Leonard Warner. The Commander, 621st Contingency Response Wing, Colonel Jason Herring and his spouse Stacy. The Commander, 174th Infantry Brigade, Colonel James Kruger. The Honorary Commander, 305th Maintenance Group, Mr. Bob McLean. The Commander, 305th Operations Group, Colonel Kevin White and his spouse Sandy. The Senior Enlisted Leader, 305th Operations Group, Chief Master Sergeant Andrea Cook. The Commander, 87th Mission Support Group, Colonel Robert Grimmett. The Commander, 87th Medical Group, Colonel Bridget Gill. The Senior Enlisted Leader, 87th Medical Group, Chief Master Sergeant Natasha Williams. The Commander, 108th Maintenance Group, Colonel Denny File. The Commander, 514th Maintenance Group, Lieutenant Colonel Joseph Chernosky. The Senior Enlisted Leader, 514th Maintenance Group, Chief Master Sergeant Jim Cana. We also welcome all commanders, honorary commanders, first sergeants, civilians, and special guests of the 305th Maintenance Group. Thank you so much for attending. Ladies and gentlemen, the Commander, 305th Air Mobility Wing, Colonel Elizabeth Hanson.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome, distinguished guests, friends, family, especially the Pendley and the Mix families, and the mighty airmen of the 305th Maintenance Group. Thank you for taking the time today to join us at this special change of command ceremony to celebrate the passing of the torch from one outstanding leader to another. Change of command is a time-honored tradition of ceremonies that commemorates the past and sets the stage for the future. I am privileged to stand before you today as we bid farewell to a dear friend and colleague and usher in a new chapter in the illustrious history of the 305th Maintenance Group. But first, thank you to the team that put together today's event. The POCs, narrator, national anthem singer, chaplain, comms, setups, teardowns, everyone who had something to do with putting this together today. Let's give them a round of applause, please. Additionally, I'd like to thank the teams that positioned this K-loader, which is normally used to load cargo onto aircraft, and towed both aircraft behind you into position. And they placed the Triangle G, our heritage from World War II, on the tails of each of those aircraft. Go ahead and take a moment, turn around, and take a look at that fantastic view behind you. Colonel Scott Pendley led the 305th Maintenance Group with unparalleled dedication, vision, and compassion, transforming it into a model of operational efficiency and excellence. When Colonel Pendley took command on June 30th, 2022, he inherited a robust team of over 1,700 personnel across 4 squadrons, including aircraft maintenance for 3 different aircraft at the time, 2 aerial ports that provide 24/7 services and airlift mission support, both locally and at Baltimore Washington International Airport. Under his leadership, every aspect of the group's operations flourished, changing the maintenance world dynamics by improving training for personnel, safety guidelines, and team welfare, while directing maintenance on a fleet that today includes 14 C-17s, 22, we're almost there, KC-46s, valued at over $9.2 billion, and at one point, 16 KC-10s. Colonel Pendley's stewardship of an $8.5 million budget and a $2.1 million contracts, and the management of 46 facilities worth $216 million speak to his exceptional organizational and financial acumen. His ability to shoulder these responsibilities ensured that the 305th Maintenance Group operates at peak performance, exceeding mission requirements, and is prepared for the future challenges we may encounter. The results of his tenure are nothing short of extraordinary, and it's a testament to him, his leadership, and the airmen of the 305th Maintenance Group. Under his command, the team generated 3,500 C-17, KC-46, and KC-10 sorties, accumulated 15,000 flight hours, moved 3,500 passengers, and offloaded 16 million pounds of fuel. During the Israel crisis, Colonel Pendley's Bulldogs facilitated 295 C-17 sorties, while the Eagles pushed out the aircraft for 10.4 million pounds, 10.4 million pounds of fuel, demonstrating unmatched efficiency and responsiveness. His transformational leadership ensured the 305th Maintenance Group remained the first choice for presidential support, successfully generating aircraft to execute 246 1-Alpha-1 missions for the President and 41 top 5 leadership support taskings. His focus on safety and reliability led to the execution of 54,000 safe maintenance actions and changed the maintenance platform, enabling the first ever KC-46 AF4Gen certification events, which integrated 21 deployment packages across 2 wings in a joint combat training environment. Colonel Pendley's visionary approach extended beyond immediate operational demands. He hosted the 2023 Spring Industry Preview demonstrations with the KC-46 and C-17 ground support equipment, bringing together AMC leaders and 120 industry partners and championing the Airfield Autonomy Initiative, facilitated by AMC Chief Scientist, and other initiatives. These things not only enhanced current capabilities, but also paved the way for future innovation and collaboration. When faced with the Naval Air Station Norfolk runway closure, Colonel Pendley and the Port Dogs executed a 171% surge, successfully pushing out 622,000 tons of cargo to the U.S. 6th Fleet, securing a logistical lifeline to 40 ships, 175 aircraft, and 21,000 sailors. His strategic vision was further demonstrated by facilitating the staging of a $369,000 munition package Patriot missiles, and 14 pilot trains enabling President-directed aid for Ukraine. His leadership and exercise McGuire Express validate extended duty day risk mitigations through endurance flights, while Operation Centennial Contact showcased the mass generation by the Eagles and the Bulldogs of 8 C-17s and 8 KC-46s, honoring the 100-year anniversary of aerial refueling and the 75th anniversary of the Berlin airlift. The command climate of the 305th Maintenance Group is a direct reflection of Colonel Pendley, who is an individual and human being like everyone else. His drive to effect positive change, his forward-thinking focus, and his ability to care for his people while fully executing the mission drove his team to winning 11 AMC-level awards in 2023, including the prestigious AMC Small Unit Effectiveness Award, won by the 305th AMXS. Colonel Pendley accelerated global power competition, preparing while maintaining laser focus on airman resilience. He seamlessly integrated the new 108th Air National Guard maintenance team into an already TFI unit, fostering unity and collaboration amongst the active Guard and Reserve team. Scott fully embraced our total force partners as he did this, integrating 3 wings into one to accomplish the mission together. Colonel Pendley's family was a cornerstone of the maintenance group as well. Casey's Southern cooking, smile, always thinking of other people before herself, being out there to say hello to everyone and greet everyone with a smile, and going to them when they're in times of need. She's been there for everyone. You've been an amazing friend to me as well. Thank you. And Gracie, thank you for being there for your parents, always there on the phone calls, stopping by to visit, supporting them. You brought energy to them as well every time they talked about you. So thank you for being you as well and supporting your dad and your mom throughout this. As we say farewell to Colonel Pendley and his family, we recognize that his tenure has been marked by extraordinary achievements and transformative leadership. He leaves behind a legacy of excellence, preparedness, and a team that is ready to meet any challenge head on. As we welcome our new Maintenance Group Commander, Colonel Brian Mix, we look forward to you building upon the foundation that has been set. You are absolutely the right person to be here, Brian. Your experience as a former 305th member in both the AMXS, 305th AMXS and MXS. He's got background in tankers. He was there to greet the first KC-46 arrival at McConnell. So he is definitely the right person to be here leading the team. He's also no stranger to New Jersey with his family that's here locally. While your wife Joanne and children Megan and Sarah are out at a shooting competition today, so they couldn't be here, his father David's here to represent the family. So thanks for being here with us today as well. Brian, thanks to you and your family for taking the time to be here, for accepting command, and we can't wait to see what you all accomplished. Scott and Casey, thank you for what you've done for the airmen of the 305th Maintenance Group, leading from the front. Changes commands are bittersweet events as we say goodbye to a commander who worked through the good and the bad, and most importantly, became family. And we welcome in the next commander with boundless opportunities ahead. Thank you both for serving in the MXG in the Air Force. Can do, and let's go.
Thank you, Colonel Hanson. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the presentation of the Legion of Merit. Attention orders. By direction of the President, Colonel Scotty A. Pendley is awarded the Legion of Merit for exceptionally meritorious conduct in the performance of outstanding service to the United States as Commander 305th Maintenance Group, 305th Air Mobility Wing, Joint Base McGuire-Dix Lakehurst, New Jersey, from 30 June 2022 to 10 July 2024. During this period, the exemplary ability, diligence, and devotion to duty of Colonel Pendley were instrumental factors in the resolution of many complex problems of major importance to the United States Air Force. Colonel Pendley deftly led the integration of a unique total force maintenance group, flawlessly executing over 107,000 maintenance actions that ensured 14 C-17s, 16 KC-10s, and 24 KC-46s delivered rapid global mobility in defense of the United States interests. Additionally, his leadership enabled the generation of over 6,400 sorties and 26,200 flight hours, offloading more than 36 million pounds of fuel and transporting over 14,800 short tons of cargo. Furthermore, his efforts ensured the safe and effective transport of nearly 116,000 passengers via wing-assigned aircraft and Patriot Express missions departing from Baltimore Washington International Airport. Finally, Colonel Pendley's group was recognized with 16 Air Mobility Command Awards, including the command's Best Maintenance Group Clements McMullen Memorial Dedallion Trophy. The singularly distinctive accomplishments of Colonel Pendley culminate a long and distinguished career in the service of his country and reflect great credit upon himself and the United States Air Force. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, the Commander, 305th Maintenance Group, Colonel Scotty Pendley.
Thank you, Don. I think we're scrambling and working speaker issues. Are you good? Can you hear me in the back corner? Can you hear me back there okay? Let me see if I can get close. I got to hunch over and I need a microphone that stretches. Sean, please put the formation at ease, please. Woo, good morning. If you like a sauna, this is your kind of day. If you don't have one already, you're going to get one of those little sweat mustaches before this is over with, I think. So just hang on. We got a few more minutes to go. Thanks, everyone, for coming out. I know all of you are very busy. Some of you traveled a long way, and I'll thank you some more in just a second. Thank you for sharing this day with me and my family. It means a lot to us. Colonel Hanson talked about a lot of successes, a lot of things. I did about that many of those. All the folks in that formation, across this wing, that's who generates sorties, recovers, pushes pallets, loads, pushes, and does this global mission around the world every day. I had little to do with that. I had a good organization coming in. Hopefully I didn't make it any worse going out. Maybe I moved it forward a little bit. I hope so. I think that's a win if you're doing that. But I appreciate the kind words, ma'am, and your leadership over the last couple of years. I'll talk more about that in just a moment. When you've been doing this a couple of years and all the things like Colonel Hanson talked about, wow, I owe a lot of things. So just bear with me just a minute as I try to get through that. She mentioned the team. Anybody that's ever had to be the POC or help with one of these things know what a fun time that is to do that. So my goodness, thanks to everybody that put that together. Lieutenant Rosario, Sergeant Davis, Mr. Perino stepping in as the narrator, Sergeant Novak, Nadia from the front office. I think we Sergeant Novak, where are you at? Raise your hand. So Sergeant Novak, we were joking. I think we went through so many changes on the script, we had to stop using numbers and start using Roman numerals. So, but we got it dialed in. So I appreciate your patience and your perseverance. Our new maintenance group deputy jumping right in, Sean. Thanks for taking the formation today. In the midst of household goods deliveries and all the chaos that we all go through every couple of years if you're in this profession. Our proffer, Senior Mormon Jacob, not once, he's double dipping. He's proffing this morning and proffing this afternoon. So he is a glutton for punishment. But I appreciate you volunteering to help us out and do that. Sergeant Gallardo Diaz, my goodness, always a fantastic rendition of the national anthem. Thank you so much. Chief Hofrichter, you bring it strong every time. And I appreciate you for doing that. That's why I ask you to do what you do so well. Mr. Polhemus Pope, wherever you're at, thanks for the audio support, getting the visuals out there for our family that can't be here to join us today. Our usher setup team, like Colonel Hanson mentioned, it takes a village to pull one of these off. So the setup team, teardown team, because we're going to turn and transition to another one of these things for me, a little different ceremony this afternoon at 3 o'clock. Oh, by the way, then we're going to turn around and Bridget's going to do something tomorrow morning. And then Colonel Hansen's going to do something tomorrow afternoon. And then the EC is going to do something Friday. And it's Doc 1 Palooza this week. So it's been quite the week. To my amazing family and friends, goodness. My wife Casey, who's made all the PCS moves, she's tolerated, I would say most times, my work balance, or probably a better word, imbalance, as it is. But she has hung in there with me, and she is my better, whatever percentage you want to say, 9 3/4, 99%, whatever it is, that's her. Baby, I love you, I appreciate you. Our amazing daughter Grace, she broke away from the rough confines of Tampa to come visit us for a few days. I appreciate you coming up. We love you, we're proud of you. My superwoman, tough as nails, sister Maxine. You're something else. I love you. My niece Tracy, niece Shayla, her husband Spencer. Tracy and Shayla, my brother is 20 years older than me, my sister's 15 years older than me. So my nieces are like my little sisters. I was an uncle when I was about 5 years old. So they've always been like little sisters to me. I appreciate you. They all travel from Alabama. I appreciate you coming that far for this event. Also traveling from Alabama, but my father-in-law, Jim Mitchell, he's on a road trip. He's driving, he's road tripping while he's coming up here. So he's taking a few more days, but I appreciate you coming, Jim. You've always been great to me, and I appreciate it. Coming from Texas, my brother-in-law, Mickey, sister-in-law, Tisa, and nephew, Caleb, recent high school graduate. Congratulations, Caleb. That's a big deal. Thanks for making the trip up from Texas. Probably doesn't feel a whole lot different, I guess. I'm guessing right now. Everybody's wet in the similar spots they would be if you're sitting in Texas right now, I think. To our military friends here with us who are absolutely like family, General Eberlin and Sherry, General Ellsworth and Nicole, Kip and Abby, these folks have been in our circle for a long time. From butter bar days and way back when, we've seen a few sunsets and sunrises together, and I appreciate all of you so much. You are absolutely like family to us. Casey and I are honored that you would travel from Georgia, from Richmond, Virginia, from kind of Virginia and kind of Florida. If you've got a house in both places like Kip and Abby does, they're trying to transition to our happy place down closer to the beach. I appreciate you, all of you making the trip. My goodness. Can't thank you enough. Kip and Abby were actually here with us 2 years ago when we took command. So you've bookended this thing. You've seen it on both sides. Thank you. To Brian's dad, David, sorry Patricia cannot join us today, but thanks for coming. We appreciate you and appreciate your service. Thank you. Sorry your sister couldn't make it, Brian, also Tracy, and Joanne and Sarah and Megan. I'm sorry they couldn't be here, but we're wishing all the family the best as you embark on this little bit different kind of adventure that you're about to be on with some split ops with the family. Colonel Hansen, again, it's been an honor to work with you to take care of these airmen in this wing and serve these amazing airmen of the 305th, and they are absolutely amazing. Colonel Soto, Chief Swistek, good to see you. Goodness, that's quite the front row there. Colonel Weederholt, Pam, Colonel Holland, Chief, Colonel Herring, Stacy, Jordan Norman. Jordan PCSs to Germany, and he still comes back and makes it to the ceremony. That's some teamwork right there. Chief Cook, Kevin, Sandy, thank you so much for joining us today. All the other chiefs and commanders, 108th partners, 514th partners. I'll talk a little bit more about you, not in a bad way, Chief Keenan, but in just a minute I'll talk some more about you. I could talk bad about you, but I won't. So I'll get to that in just a minute. Welcome to all of you. I know, again, it's busy, it's hot, so I appreciate it so much. Woo, that's a lot of thank yous, but all very well deserved. Let me switch gears just a little bit and brag on some people for a few minutes. But let me first, Colonel Weederholt, thanks for 2 years for giving me a shot and putting me in this spot. That's all you can ask for in this life is a chance. And so I appreciate you giving me that chance. So I owe you a thank you on the front end. Colonel Hansen, I owe you a thank you. You didn't fire me along the way. So if I can make it 10 more minutes, I think it's been a good time. We're all right. I appreciate that. It's been a fast and rewarding 2 years, for sure. That's due in great part to the amazing 305th Wing leadership that we just talked about. Colonel Hanson, again, you were a fierce and tireless advocate for our airmen, our mission, our maintainers, and our port dogs, and I appreciate that so much. Colonel Mock, who's gone, Colonel Soto, you guys have been absolutely great deputies and sounding boards and give good counsel, and I really appreciate it. Bridget, my neighbor, hanging out there on the next row, Chief Williams. We talked a little bit about this at Grimdog's farewell yesterday. This is a unique place with so many mission partners and wings, but you still got to cooperate and graduate. Communication and relationships still carry the day. So we got to work through things that we work through. So whether we got the same boss or not, we still got to get the mission done. And I appreciate your partnership, Grimdog's partnership, Ops Group. Man, we've had some busy days in the last 2 years. Kevin, I know you and Brian are going to have some going forward. So hang on. I'm sure it's going to be more of that. Chief Colson, gone. Chief Swistik, thank you for your sound counsel and advice. The main group of people I'm supremely proud of are just a sample of those standing right there in that formation. You're talking about some warriors and some professionals who takes on any challenge, whether it's a late call on a Friday night and we got to get ready and send everything we can send toward Israel like in a day or two, or we go halfway around the world tanking airplanes or testing out new firsts of all kinds that we did over the last 2 years. Every challenge, they met it and crushed it head on every time. They are the primary reason this was such a rewarding assignment, and I can't thank you and the 1,700 plus people in this group enough. Colonel Ben Lowry, who's packing out, again, here we go with the packing theme this summer. He's packing household goods today, former deputy. Ben, if you know Ben, if you needed a $2 million program ramrodded between the SPO and AMC to get 6-9 fixed, or you need a chalk made for a farewell gift, Ben could do, he could do it all. And so I was blessed to have a great deputy. Mr. Perino, an amazing group civilian deputy, and most of you have heard this story before. Once upon a time, it was Senior Airman Pendley and Staff Sergeant Perino walking the flight line at Herbert Field. Now, that's how long that guy's been around. I've known him for just a minute, and I appreciate you, Don. He goes over and above a lot of things that you don't see. He's tackling the facilities issues, funding, personnel. He's helping out Chief, who I'll brag on in just a minute over there, holding that guide on. But Dom is making things happen, whether you see it or not, and he is all over the place. He's taking calls on the weekend. He's going way over and above, and I appreciate you, Dom. You've been an absolute force. Chief Chris McClendon over there, stoic as usual, holding the flag. Couldn't ask for a better group senior enlisted leader. He has been steady. Chief knows maintenance. He cares about people and their personal and professional development. He's not easily flustered, and that's a good quality if you're a maintainer. Because we, as you mentioned, a lot of big numbers, 50,000 a year maybe, maintenance actions, and 0.9% of those are spot on. But that 0.1% will put a lot of hurt on somebody if we don't get it right. And so when things get sideways, you need somebody that's got a steady hand like that guy standing right over there who helps get everything dialed in and back on track and make it right. Chief, thanks to you and Amika for all you've done for me and Casey. You've been a fantastic wingman, and we appreciate you both. So for an organization of 1,700 plus with dozens of specialties to not only achieve but be the gold standard for the command is amazing. You got to have strong leadership teams. I was blessed with an amazing group of squadron commanders. 2 of them have already rotated out, and we got 2 rock stars replacing them. But top to bottom, the squadron commanders in this group, I put them up against anybody, anytime. The standard by which others are measured. I had a rock star group of chiefs, first sergeants. We rotated some of them, and the chiefs that have gone on, the chiefs that come in, never miss a beat. You guys are awesome, and I appreciate everything you've done. Again, commanders, chiefs, first sergeants, I put you up against anybody, anytime. You've been fantastic. They prepared their units, some of them 3, some of them close to 500 people that they're responsible for and their families. That's a lot of calls at night and on the weekend, and a lot of fun had when you're not, when you don't have the lights on, and they probably still do. But they have led their units to divest the old, to acquire the new, to expand capabilities, to train, to improve, to achieve. Regardless if the mission location was local or literally around the globe, which we are every single day. This group and its units, again, were the gold standard. Colonel Hanson mentioned some of those. This organization, the best maintenance group in the entire Air Mobility Command in 2022. The 305th AMXS Bulldogs, the best aircraft maintenance squadron in the command 2023. The female lab, the best female lab in the command last year. They don't give those away in a coin flip. You earn those. And every one of those organizations earn those. Again, mostly by the folks standing right there and all like them. Oh, by the way, our port dogs are nothing to sneeze at either, because they're butt kickers as well. They prove it by some of the things that the boss mentioned. They're leading innovation for at least 5 or 6 things for the command. They get it done. They move the ball forward. Proven again, they had a dominating performance during the 2023 rodeo. They went over to Germany, first time we've had a rodeo in a while where they compete against like teams. Number 1 of 25, day 1, Ready Airmen. Number 3 of 14, day 2, total aerial port team. Kicking butt and taking names. I appreciate all the port dogs. I know that Colonel Pizarro is a little under the weather today. Chief, I see you there. Juan, thank you for being here. Appreciate your leadership down there with the port dogs. This group is truly blessed, again, with unmatched professionals, head to toe, one-stripe airmen to lieutenant colonel and everybody in between, in all areas of port ops and aircraft maintenance. But it's not just there, it's quality assurance. It's an amazing training team, because we're either training or we're doing. So if we're not training well, we're not going to do well. So our training team is second to none. It's analysts, schedulers, mock controllers, our maintenance ops team, resource advisors, manning experts, deployment managers. Mr. Lane, where are you at? Ken, where are you at? Thank you, Ken. Again, I put our team against anybody. The front office staff, again, Nadia, Jackie, I think I'm on exec number 4. I don't know if I'm that rough on them or they just get promoted to do other things, but I'm on exec number 4, and every one of them have been fantastic. Thanks to that whole front office team for keeping me out of trouble and running on time as best you could. I know that's the challenge. I also, again, got to come back around to our 514th and 108th partners. I'm not aware of, maybe there's some organizations as interesting as ours and with all the things that we've got going, but I have to search for a minute to find one. We've got a unique thing going here, and it's been a good thing. Us and the 514th, the 305th, and the 514th were tight. Things changed, and we brought the 108th on board. We got another brother at the table, and I can't tell that we've slowed down, and that's the way it's got to be, right? So I appreciate the 108 being great teammates and partners, the 514th, all of this thing coming together, because that's the way it's got to be, because we owe it to those folks, regardless of what patch is on their shoulder. So Colonel Bianchini before, Joe, now that you're in the seat, welcome. Jeff, Ryan, Chief Cana, I'll still say nice things about you, Chief. Chief Cana, all the teammates from the 514th, Denny again, Chief Van Campen, all the professionals in the 108th, fantastic partnership. Communication and relationships. Everything almost comes back to communication and relationships. So if I got any advice, Brian, for you or anybody, try to keep that going, try to make it better than I did. I tell the chief all the time, I'm joking, you probably heard me say this, the 3 hardest things we do every day is communicate. And number 2 is communicate. Guess what number 3 is? It seems to be communicate. Doggone, but this is the way it is, so we always got to work on that. This is a team, this is a family, really of outstanding military and civilian professionals. I cannot understate that, whatever the right way to say it is. We've got some amazing civilian professionals, and I appreciate every one of you. Brian, I'm proud to transition this organization to you. I was excited to see your name on the list. Brian and I worked together now for a year out at McConnell, so I know what Brian's capable of. I know he's, like many folks that come through here, this is not his first rodeo at JBMDL. He's been here before, but he brings a wealth of experience and talent, and he's way smarter and faster than I am, so I know he's going to be great for you. He's been stationed again here before. He knows his way around. He's going to hit the ground running, and you guys are going to do amazing, amazing things. I would only suggest hold on, Kevin, hold on, Brian. I think it's going to be a fast ride. So good luck to both of you. Thanks again, everyone. I appreciate you.
The rendering of the last salute is an Air Force tradition and is appropriate during a change of command ceremony. Today, service members of the 305th Maintenance Group in formation will render a salute in place to show respect and recognition to Colonel Pendley through the commander's last salute. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the change of command. Attention to orders. Per order Golf 24-35, and by direction of the Commander, 305th Air Mobility Wing, Colonel Scotty A. Pendley relinquishes command of the 305th Maintenance Group to Colonel Brian S. Mix, effective 10 July 2024. It is my honor to introduce the Commander of 305th Maintenance Group, Colonel Brian S. Mix.
Sean, can you put everybody at ease, please? Got to be honest, I am really nervous. This is a very intimidating event, seeing everybody out there today, and also for it being such a homecoming that it is. Just want to start by saying thank you to everybody for coming out and supporting my family and friends today. I know everybody's busy and has things that they have going on, and to see everybody here and to have you here in attendance really means a lot to us, and I really appreciate you taking the time to come out. I'm going to start with a quick story. About 15, 16, 17 years ago, I sat in these very same chairs in this very same hangar, had the opportunity to see many a change of command ceremony. And walking back from one of those ceremonies one day, a wise chief came to me and said, "Captain Mix, I want to tell you something that you should carry with you for the rest of your life. Good change of command speeches are short. Great ones are even shorter. I, today, am striving to be nothing short of outstanding." So with that in mind, I have my speech on my phone. Thankfully, it didn't overheat, so I can still read it. We're going to see how this goes. I want to start off with our base wing leadership. Thank you much for coming out today. I know you're all super busy with everything that goes on with running the operations across 3 bases that pretty much encompass the entire center of the state of New Jersey. It's no small feat. Just want to thank you for coming out and taking the time to support with us today. To the 305th Wing leadership, Colonel Hanson, Colonel Soto, and Chief, thank you for coming out today. I know you're all super busy as well. There are several other events going on this week, many changes of command, retirements, and other ceremonies. It's not taken lightly that you've taken the time to come out here and support my family and I today. Thank you to the other commanders, chiefs, first sergeants, honorary commanders, civic leaders, and everyone else for joining us today and everything that you do to support our airmen and families. We can't do this mission without you, and we thank you for your support that you do every day. To Kevin and our ops team counterparts, thank you for coming out and supporting. Kevin and I have been together, I think, twice now. And each time we've had an opportunity to really tackle some big problems that have been going on in our organizations, and I'm really looking forward to having 2 full years to be able to do that with you today. A special thank you to Senior Airman Galarando Diaz for that inspirational national anthem. Absolutely outstanding. Thank you so much. Thank you to the Honor Guard, and of course a special thank you to Lieutenant Rosario and Tech Sergeant Davis for putting this all together, as well for Airman Mormon and for proffering, and for Mr. Perino for narrating. You've made this day special for my family and I, and we appreciate everything you've done to make this day so memorable. Colonel Hanson, I truly appreciate the opportunity to lead such an organization. This is the most humbling moment of our lives, but Joanne, Megan, Sarah, and I are excited to be part of the Can-Do team and are ready to tackle this challenge head-on. Thank you for your trust and confidence in us. I'm truly humbled and honored to have the opportunity to add my name to the roll call of such prestigious commanders, such as Colonel Pendley and those that have came before us. Scotty, thank you for the leadership you've shown in this organization over the past few years. You've built a solid team that's ready to overcome any challenge, and you've set this group up for unrivaled success, and you've done it with flying colors. I can only help to build on the legacy that you've left behind. Thank you for your generous time and turnover and support. It was great to see you again, and I want to wish you the best in your retirement and for your family in your next chapter of life. To the men and women of the 305th Maintenance Group, we are a team of active duty and civilian men and women working alongside our total force partners, enabling mission success and for our nation to achieve its national strategy. We are strongest as a united team, and I have no doubt that we continue to do great things. Last and certainly not least, speaking of family, I can never say thank you enough to my family and friends and mentors for getting me to this point, because nobody gets here alone. My wife, Joanne, thank you for being my compass. Without you, there is no me. Thank you for yet again making another sacrifice by staying behind in Ohio and taking care of the family there while I come out here and take command here at McGuire. And of course, to your parents, Ricky and Amanda Gravely, thank you for welcoming me into your family 22 plus years ago. It is an honor to call you both mom and dad as well. To our daughters, Sarah and Megan, thank you for being such wonderful children. You never continue to impress your mom and I. And yes, they are actually out at a rifle shooting competition up in northern Ohio right now doing some air rifle shooting, which is truly amazing. I never thought that my 2 daughters would be national level competitors in an air rifle competition. Who would have thunk it? My oldest daughter actually has a scholarship for college to go shoot. So, fun fact, that's an obscure sport out there that if anybody's looking for opportunities, there's some scholarship opportunities out there for your kids as well. And that's a fantastic mental and physical sport. As we all do, we have families who we were born with, as well as the families that we pick up along the way. It's just part of how life rolls in the military. And we've been fortunate enough to pick up some tremendous network of friends and family along our journey as well. People like Major General retired Kathy Johnson, Joseph Sewell, Jim Weber, Ricky Murphy, Richard Fletcher, Wes Adams, Jim Dorn, Ski, who I know probably some people are either shaking out there right now or smiling right now to hear Ski's voice, or Ski's name. Randy Harvey, Craig Giles, Mike O'Connor, Chief Beers, Paul Siglock, Josh DePaul, Kenny Counts, Chief Nerf, and Chief Vern Isabel. And every first sergeant that's ever been behind me and had my 6 along the way. Thank you for everything you've done to mentor me with either a open hand or sometimes a closed fist along the way. It's been truly inspirational to see those folks that have taken care of me and my family along the way be there and continually be there to help us along and to mold this clay that you see before you today. I don't know where I'd be had it not been for the support and guidance that everybody showed. I am forever in everybody's debt. With that, I'll close and say thank you once again for everybody coming out. There's food and refreshments on the side. Please join us afterwards, and let's get out of this heat and get back to some air conditioning and get back to work. Appreciate everything and everybody coming out today. Thank you very much.
At this time, the service members of the 305th Maintenance Group will render a salute in place to show respect and recognition to Colonel Mix through the Commander's first salute. members of the 305th Maintenance Group are delighted to have Colonel Mix and his family join our team. The men and women of the 305th Maintenance Group are proud to have served with Colonel Pendley and wish him and his family good luck in their next chapter. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the National or the Air Force song and remain standing for the departure of the official party and dismissal of the formation. This concludes today's ceremony. Thank you for attending. Please join us to the left, my left, your right, in welcoming Colonel Mix and his family at the reception located again at that side of the hangar. Thank you very much.